Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to October's Social Media Masterclass. My name is Renee Tompkins, Director of Social Media with Lair Realty Partners. We've got a great session for you today. On today's agenda, social media musts for every new agent, content types you should be creating to dominate your local market, tactics to optimize every post, rules to strengthen your presence on social media and online in general, best practices for social media, as well as mindsets for success, recommended reading, and we'll leave some time for Q&A. So on the expectations for today's masterclass, as always, is for you to take notes, interact by asking questions, maintain a growth mindset, create an action plan, and commit to implementing 3+ new ideas into your business. Some food for thought here is to never underestimate the importance of your brand and having a strong online presence. People will search you out online, not just for testimonials, but also on social media. People will check you out if they're thinking of hiring you. So just something to keep in mind. All right, let's get into social media musts for every new agent beginning in the business. First off is designing your brand, coming up with what your logo, so to speak, but more than your logo, your brand. In order to do that, you want to just take into account what is it that you want to be known for. What 3 qualities represent what you bring to the table for your clients. Some things to consider are really what resonates with you. 5-star representation, loyalty, you're a fierce advocate, fairness, your market knowledge, compassion, commitment, you're a full service agent. So these are just some of the things to keep in mind when designing your brand, but give that some thought. Another thing to consider is your headshot. I feel like a lot of new agents in the business go with a selfie that they think they look good in. And I understand that. However, I would recommend investing in a professional headshot because people do want to see you. And so when you do showcase yourself online, when you start to develop your professional social media channels, you want to definitely be using your headshot and not a logo, unless you're a large team. Then certainly go with your logo. But a headshot really is a person's first impression of you. So your headshot should represent the qualities that are authentic to you, whether that's confidence, professionalism, strength. If you want to be fun, laid back, bold, respectful, whatever it is that you want, I think it's important to invest in a good headshot. Here are just some examples of several of the Lair agents who have taken the time to do that. Some are teams and some are individual agents, but certainly ask around and make that investment. I think it's worth it. And then also consistency. It's important that your preferred headshot be uploaded to all of your accounts, but even more than that. So you want to make sure, obviously, that it's uploaded to all your social media channels, whatever ones that you're on. But also take the time to upload them onto your Google if you have a Google business profile, your Zillow account, your Realtor.com, your Homes.com if you have a Yelp account for professionals. Also the Lair website if you have an updated headshot and it's in alignment with the requirements that Lair asks for their website, certainly send that over. Also make sure it's uploaded on your website. And also don't forget about your MLS, your phone contact page. That means setting yourself up as a contact in your phone and putting your new headshot there as well. In addition, make sure it's in your email signature and also on your business card. So again, it's all about consistency in the branding. And then it's important to craft an epic bio, I say. It should be brief. It shouldn't be a story, yet it should be an authentic biography outlining what inspires people or what inspired you to get into the business and what someone can expect as a result of doing business with you. Definitely incorporate authenticity and a memorable, moving moment. I think that is what pulls people in and draws them to reach out to you. Also, always, always, always end it with a call to action. CTA is call to action. If you're struggling with a bio, consider using Chat GPT. Send the words over that you want to include in your bio. Help it get started, so to speak, and then let it do its work. You can obviously edit it to your liking once it's completed. And then once you've done your headshot and you've got your bio crafted and you know sort of, the how you want to brand yourself, what you want to be known for, then you're really ready to set up your pages. And the first thing I would say is decide first off what social networks you want to be on and consider, I mean, in doing that, I guess what I would say is the major part is considering what social networks you actually enjoy being on. I just had a conversation earlier with an agent today, and I said, you can be on all the social networks, as far as having an account on these sites. But if you're rarely going to be on it, then I would advise strongly against it. I would really only advise you to be on the social networks that you feel that you're most apt to keep up with. I'm not on all the social networks. I'm only on those that I actually enjoy being on. So consider what those are. And here are some of the options for you. In terms of social network sites, there's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and X, formerly Twitter. But also I would say take it further and set up an account on, here are some suggested sites. As I said, Yelp is one, Zillow. I would definitely get on Zillow and Realtor.com. Homes.com is another option. I have Yelp here twice, so don't mind me. YouTube, I would definitely recommend YouTube and Google. So out of the four here that I would say are the most crucial would be Zillow, Realtor, YouTube, and Google Business. Uh, Definitely Google Business and Zillow, if I had to narrow it down to two. But take the time to get on those sites. We've done masterclasses in the past on how to get on Google. There's also a guide right on Lair Agent Services about that as well too. So it's super important to be on Google as well as Zillow, I would say. And then also my recommendation, if you want to make the most of your online social media presence, as you know, as a Lair agent, you receive weekly social media content that includes your captions, your hashtags, your calls to actions, dynamic graphics that are editable in Canva. But one of the things that I would suggest doing, if you can, is to upgrade the Canva. So Canva is free, the basic subscription is free. But I would recommend upgrading to the Pro version just simply because you get so much more. And if you are someone who wants to sort of modify the graphics or create some of your own graphics, definitely worth its weight there in gold. I would say it's an awesome investment to make, and it's tax write-off. So consider that. All right, and then build the confidence. So especially as new agents starting out in the business, I think one of the things we talk about building a Google profile, getting on Zillow, getting on Realtor.com, getting on these sites, but as a new agent, you may not have the business to get client reviews or testimonials. And so, what I would say to that is ask your friends and family to write a character or work ethic review. People that know and like you and want to see you succeed. Uh, Definitely do not ask them to write a review that says they purchased or sold a home if that was not the case for you. You can only do these sort of character testimonial type reviews um, on Google, and I believe you can do them on Yelp as well too, but not on Realtor.com or on Zillow. Those sites are targeted specifically for sales, and they will ask you for the address of the property, etc. So, but as I said, as a new agent who really doesn't, feel like, okay, I'm not going to get any reviews for a bit, that may not be the case. Again, ask your family and friends to help support you in the growth of your business by writing a character/work ethic testimonial for you. Perfect. And then how to get followers. So now that you're, you're on social media, you've got all your headshot, your bio, you've got all the stuff going there, and you now you need to get followers. This is a strategy that has worked for me. I helped build our teams page, which is the Results Group Partnership on Facebook, Results Group Partnership on Instagram. On Facebook, I started this page when I was just a solo agent, about 12, 13 years ago, I want to say, forget. And then this is the strategy that I followed. And today I have just over 3,200 followers. So it does work. So what I would do is message each of the friends. So from my personal page, I would go to my business page. I wouldn't become the business page. I would be myself. And then there's an option where the three dots are right under your cover photo. One of them is invite friends, but you have to do that from your personal page, meaning acting as your personal page. Uh, and then once you click invite friends, your friends list will actually populate. And I would send a message I would do about 25 at a time, just so that I wouldn't inundate the network and all of a sudden get, sort of accused of spamming people or, get those messages from Facebook. So I would just send a message that said, hey, so-and-so, and I would, have their name on the message. Hope all is well. Wondering if you wouldn't mind helping support my business. You following my business page would mean a lot to me. Here is the link, and I'm glad to support your page. If you have one as well, let me know. So I would send the links to the various accounts that I had, Instagram, the Facebook professional page, YouTube, whatever it is that I wanted them to follow. And this was a strategy I would follow in addition to simply just inviting my friends by clicking on their names, send invite. I would do both. I found that I got more success by sending them each a private message. I felt people were more receptive to that and genuinely wanted to help. So that was a huge success for me in just messaging people, asking them. Another thing that I would do occasionally was I would incentivize people. I would have weekly, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, I forget what we did. But every Tuesday or Wednesday, I would have a drawing and I would let all my friends know. And as my team grew, I would tell everybody on the team to invite their friends. And that's really when we started getting more and more followers. I think before I grew the team, I might have only had about maybe 700 followers. And then once the team started and we started these weekly contests or drawings, I should say, they weren't really a contest. That's when the followers really did go up. So it was just, and it wasn't it was a contest of maybe, it was sometimes it was just a $10 Starbucks gift card. Other times it was a $25, Bed Bath and Beyond when they were in business, or Amazon or something like that. But especially now during the holidays, if you can do that, if that's something you can do, I would be all over it. In addition, you can ask a lender to co-sponsor these things for you. An agent on our team, Julie Oakes, the amazing Julie Oakes, she was doing amazing with her getting likes and followers. And she had I want to say it was a monthly drawing where she had it co-sponsored by a lender or an attorney or, something like that. So um, get with her, get with Julie Oakes. She'll tell you how she did it. But these are strategies that definitely work, and they're awesome. So, all right. And then building your following. So more on building your following. Again, most people just like helping others. So you'll get many likes and followers simply by respectfully asking by private message. Again, it's yes, of course. I mean, most of the responses that I get are, oh my gosh, absolutely. I'll do that right now. But also taking it a step further and growing your connections. So if you have a very limited connection list on social media, and when I say limited, I'm talking about maybe 150 to 300 people. That's what I would consider somewhat limited. I would grow that. I would work to double that. So ask friends of friends. Um, and past coworkers, classmates. Grow your list. Now, but here's the thing. I would never add people just for the sole purpose of getting them to like my page. I mean, I can tell you how many times people would add me as a friend, a fellow realtor, at any brokerage, and then within seconds, I get a request to follow their page or like their page. So, I mean, that's just a personal pet peeve of mine. I just feel like the relationship should be built before asking people to support your business, because I do believe that it should be about the business. Uh, excuse me, about the connection. It really should be about the authentic connection, especially where you don't know people. And I have closed business through social media by following this strategy, by adding friends of friends, people that say worked for the same company that we used to work for, or I used to work for, et cetera. And I would build a relationship from there if they sent me a friend request. So I would definitely not ask them to support my business right away. So just a thought on that. Always about the relationship first. And then building relationships with other agents. Follow other agents who inspire you on social media. Like and comment on their posts, because the algorithm loves that. And guess what? Law of reciprocity will also kick in, and they'll begin commenting on your posts. Not always, but I would say more often than not. Again, the more interaction you're getting on social media, the better. And then why would you follow, agents? Why support agents? Why build relationships with other agents? Again, inspiration, motivation, camaraderie, support, collaboration, all of it, peer connection, as well as thinking big picture, potential opportunities for referrals. Not all agents are actively growing their business. Some are winding down. And then also another big picture thought is potential opportunities for recruitment. Maybe some of those agents aren't thriving at their brokerage and would benefit from a change. So keep those things in mind when looking to connect with other agents. And then how to share your content is obviously why sharing content. Share your layer weekly customizable content. This stuff is already done for you. It comes with dynamic graphics and captions that are editable and customizable with the Canva link. And as I said earlier, if you want to, if you have the pro version of Canva, then you can go to town on some of that. I would also say, though, follow the strategy with these pieces. These pieces are designed to save you time so that you can put your time focusing on more important things like building your business and also doing things outside of the business that are important. So these are time savers. So following the strategy is using them how they're designed, perhaps customizing them with your own logo or photo, yes, and then get it posted. But the content, like I said, is designed to save you time, build your online brand and professional credibility. And I would also recommend, whenever sharing this content, to check into the town that it is that you want to build your business in. That will help also people find you, and also locally with this social media algorithms. And then also another tip is, and I say this a lot, you'll hear me, but engage with your audience, especially when you're being purposeful and intentional to be on social media with the intent of business building. So I always say, and I've shared this too in past master classes, that NAR reported that the two top business building efforts are tools to help you build your business as agents. One is social media, and number two is your CRM. So imagine using those two things together, which I always say you should do is when you're being purposeful on social, have your CRM open. So react and comment on posts. Commenting, again, is good for the algorithm. If you see a birthday or anniversary, make a note of it in your CRM. And then I would say take it a step further and send a handwritten note out and touch base with them, because we've also talked about taking it off of social media, right? Different ways to take, and we're going to talk more about that in the November masterclass, different ways you can take the relationship further and off of social. I don't mean permanently off of social, but Yes. And then also make a CRM list for social media so you can remember how and who to interact with on your connections. All right, let's get into 5 types of content you should be creating to dominate your local market. One is you want to show the real you. I will 100% always say this, that you should not be making it all about real estate at all. Real estate should definitely be the focus, but it should not be the end all on your social media. People want to connect with you. So make sure you're sharing your experiences with time with family, dinner with friends, your hobbies and passions, as well as some special projects, charities that you support, and also the goofy side of you. I mean, this is who we are. By doing this, you connect with people in a more relatable way. So I would definitely, number one, that's the number one way. The number two way is be the knowledge broker. There are 2 phases today's buyers and sellers are in. They're in either the research or the ready phase. So always keep that in mind. And your video content suggestions, think about what are the top 5 things any buyer or seller needs to understand at various aspects throughout the process. One is, I would say, what mistakes should be avoided. This is a valuable piece of information to share. What's happening in the local market? What's the update on rates? And have a lender join in. Success strategies and an overview of the process. So great information. Number 3, be an expert in your local market. Feature your, here's a great idea. We, agents on our team are doing this. Feature your favorite local business, interview a small business owner, create a series on that. I think that would be epic. Chat with government officials, libraries, school principals, fire chief, local charities, food banks, etc. Special events, any type of special events that are happening in your town, and there's probably a lot of them right now. Farmers markets, seasonal fairs, book drives, etc. Showcase scenic sites in the area, as well as special project, new parks, improvements, roads, new construction communities. Be the local expert in your area. And then number 4, humble brags, post accepted offers, sign P&Ss, clear to close, sold, etc. Post all of your testimonials and share when you're doing a consultation. And let me say this, even if you have minimal to no business going on right now, if you've got a past client testimonial, share it again. Share the story, paint the picture, provide an update on the transaction, keep showing your audience that you're active and that you're good at what you do, you're great at what you do. And again, I want to say in one of my very first social media masterclasses, we did a segment on storytelling. And one of the books I recommended was Stories That Stick. And it was a great book because, well, I mean, I had started storytelling, I want to say right around my second year in real estate. I started realizing that, everybody's just posting updates. Sold, under agreement, accepted offer. And those are just the facts of it. There's so much more that went into it than that. So I started realizing the importance of storytelling, and that's what I started to do. And Stories That Stick is a great book that will help you with that. But again, don't just share the facts, share the emotional aspect of what actually went down, because that is what will move people to reach out to you. I can't tell you how many times I've shared an impactful story and gotten messages, Facebook messages saying, oh my gosh, that was so, what you shared was so heartfelt, etc. And I've gotten business from these people. Maybe it took many months, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, but I eventually got business. And so storytelling is an art that you should definitely develop and use, because it is amazing. It works. Number 5, behind the scenes. So some content ideas for behind the scenes. One is preparing for your day. That's a cool behind the scenes quick video that you can do. On the way to the office, driving in your car, update after a consultation, or behind the scenes at an office or team meeting. Again, everybody just perception is reality. So I would definitely take the time to paint the picture that you do want to share, that you want people to see about you. Show the late nights, the early mornings, and the challenges, the problems that you solve for your clients. This is really providing great value. These things make you more relatable and definitely showcase your value 100%. A pro tip is, in addition to sharing the Lair social media, create a weekly video content calendar that helps you take the guesswork out of who and what to post. So here's just an example of some of the things that you can craft. Monday, market update. Tuesday, get to know me. Wednesday, buyer seller wisdom. Thursday, thankful for my clients. Friday, featured home of the week. Saturday, small business Saturday, and an open house on Sunday. Maybe you do testimonials. Maybe you do a video interview series with a home inspector or lender or attorney. My tip to you is, if you're going to have somebody to come into the office to do one interview, record 3 or 4 with them. Get a batch going. Also, as I said, whenever I do video content, I do mine on Saturday mornings because it's quiet and that's when I can get 4 of them recorded. And so my content for that week is done. I always say, if you're gonna take the time to beautify and schedule and organize, especially if you have somebody else in the video with you, then batch record, get at least 3 to 4 more videos out of them. You'll be glad you did. And let's talk about some tactics to optimize every post. One is, definitely remember to use your hashtags. People will search for and follow hashtags. And we do provide hashtags in our Lair social media content, but I would definitely recommend even using the local hashtags: Boston Realtor, Cambridge Realtor, Tewksbury Realtor, whatever. Record videos. I'm saying anything that's appropriate to be recorded on video should be, real estate wise especially, but even if you're out for dinner with your family, videos are definitely dominating on social. So I would recommend getting comfortable there. 85% of videos on social media are viewed with the sound off. So definitely consider using video captions. And then alt text. SEOs pick up on alt text, which helps you get more followers and viewers. You can add this using your phone when you edit a photo or video after it's posted. So you've got to make the post first and then go in on your phone and edit it, and you'll see alt text come right up. So it's a great option for SEO. Let's talk about some rules to strengthen your presence online. One is using YouTube and website trailers. Have a trailer video that automatically plays on your YouTube channel whenever someone visits it. So it's the featured video up top, and you can change this video. Feature this video in the About Me section of your website also. And also, I would even recommend that it be featured on your Google business profile. There is a limit. I think there's maybe a 3-minute time limit to the videos on Google, but definitely, and your videos shouldn't be that long anyway. They should be short and sweet. It should be the audio version of your bio, pretty much inviting people to reach out to you and chat with you. So an introductory, say a branded video. You can hire a videographer to do this. There are some dynamic pieces out there of agents doing professionally shot branded videos. If you can do that, absolutely go for it. I would say, as a new agent starting out, you may want to shoot this on your own. I would not let the lack of a professional videographer stop you from doing this. We talk a lot about done is better than perfect, progress over perfection. I would 100% still have a branded video that you shoot, that you talk about, who you are, how long you've been in real estate, or if you're a new agent, what someone can expect as a result of doing business with you, what you love most about your job, and how to reach you. and who you serve, right? The ideal, the clients and areas that you serve. So I would definitely recommend doing this and posting it, as I said, about in your About Me section on your website, put it on your YouTube, have it on your Google, and showcase it on social media as well. And you can even create a QR code and have it pointed to this video on your mailings. I mean, it's endless. Another thing is playlists. Playlists help you organize your content, but it also makes it easier for viewers to watch more because really once there's a playlist, it goes from video to video. So it makes it easier for the viewer as well. And also keep in mind that YouTube rates what content is more valuable to share by watch time. The more views you have, the more likely your content is to appear in searches. And the same also goes for Facebook. So definitely create playlists. And then also location tags. Mark your location every time you post. I say this, especially if you're at an actual place of business, a closing attorney. But if you're in a town and you're doing a home inspection or showings, check into that town. Check into your office. And you don't have to have pictures always. The check-in option on Facebook makes it so easy. If you don't have a picture you want to share, you just want to check in and just say, great day to be showing homes in Westford or wherever you are. So decide where you want to be found. If you're farming and growing your business in a specific area, check into that location. On Instagram, there's an explorer field, which is location and hashtag based, but you can also just, again, it's not a check-in per se, but it's an ad location on Instagram when you post. Also, Facebook Live. Interesting fact that Facebook Live videos have 4 times the watch rate than regular videos, which is pretty cool. So I would say come up with a game plan for going live. And another thing I will say, as a new agent, if you're video shy, I get it. But a tip that I would recommend that you do is, and this is pretty strategic, is to create a private group for yourself. I think you do have to have one other person in your group. So add someone you trust, your spouse, your parent, your best friend, whatever, and practice going live make the group private and then practice going live in that group. So you get the vibe and you get the feel for what's happening on your phone or your computer. So you know what to expect. I don't know that anybody should go live, bam, put themselves out there without at first at least practicing once, if not twice, so that they get the feel for what to expect. But I would definitely recommend practicing that and then doing it, just jumping in and doing it. Here's a suggested game plan for going live on for Facebook. One is at open houses, fabulous time to do it. Property previews, another epic, especially as a new agent where you may not have your listings yet. So you should be out previewing properties, available properties that are on the market. You can book an agent preview right in showing time. Go preview it and ask. You always have to ask permission though. Don't ever put out video content if it's not your listing without asking first. And then also market updates. You can, instead of posting the market updates that we provide, you can still post it, but also do a video on it and talk about it, give your opinion on it. You can do a video on behind the scenes as well as some final walkthroughs, especially, talk about if there's problems at these final walkthroughs. How many times have we gone on final walkthroughs when house wasn't left as expected? This would be an epic opportunity to do a Facebook Live, to talk about some of the challenges that come up and the importance of having a strong advocate, a strong buyer's agent in your corner with you. And these are some of the things that come up. And then also, what are your thoughts on this recent article? And again, the pro tip is set up a private group and practice going live there first, so you're not all freaked out when you do it for the first time. Let's also talk about intros and calls to action. Always keep your branding and calls to action consistent. You should introduce yourself at the beginning of every video, short and sweet. Hey, Renee, or hey, everyone, it's Renee Tompkins at Layer Realty Partners. Today, chatting with you about the local market in Tewksbury. So introduce yourself and end each video with a call to action. Mine typically is, if you're thinking of making a move, send me a message. I'd love to schedule a time to connect and chat with you about your goals. It can even be shorter than that. But always end the video with a call to action, inviting people to reach out to you. Because if you don't ask for the business, you're less likely to get it. I always say have an online open door policy. And calls to action equal more engagement. Keep in mind that a call to action is not just about asking for business. Here are a few examples of other CTAs. One is comment below. Share your thoughts. Tag a friend that needs to see this. What's your opinion on this? Give me your questions. What would you do in this situation? One that I typically like to post is I do this maybe once a month. I don't do it that often because I feel like the more often I do it, the less response I get. When I do it about once a month, I seem to really get a good response from it. I try to find a picture of an interior room and there's something about the room that I feel will elicit some conversation. Maybe the color of the cabinets, the color of the walls, the layout, something. I'm not always looking for the perfect space, is what I'm saying. Um, and I post this picture and I say, what are your thoughts, feelings, emotions on this picture? Yay or nay? Now, I will say if it's copywritten, you can only share stuff with permission. So keep that in mind. I know Layer has a subscription to Shutterstock. There's also free sites. Pexels is a site. Um, I'm thinking of them. There's a few free sites. I'll make sure to put them in the comments after today's masterclass. But again, it's about getting people to engage with you and why. I mean, some people might say, well, I'm not into that. I don't really care about somebody's random living room. It's really about the algorithm because it's about getting people to engage with you. And here's the thing, when people start saying, I love it. I don't love the cabinets, the color's too dark, the size of the room, whatever, react and then thank them or just continue the conversation. Tell me more, or, interesting. Just again, you're reacting and you are responding to their comments because again, the algorithm loves that. So the next time you post, they're going to see your next post on their feed. That's the strategy. Another thing here is interactive stickers. These things are fun. Stories, and I think most of us know this by now, is stories have definitely surpassed viewership over the standard feed. Everybody's on the stories feed. Using interactive stickers for polls, quizzes, DM me, increase the chance of interaction. And an interaction can even just be a reaction. So what I would say though is don't because you get standard pieces every week from Lair, and you also get three pieces formatted for the stories feed. But I would also be including family photos, things like that on the stories feed. But don't overlook the standard feed. Not everybody. I know that we just say stories have surpassed viewership, and that's true. But not everybody checks stories every day. And the thing with the stories feed is it goes away in 24 hours. So I would recommend sharing to both feeds, definitely to increase your engagement, 100%. And then comments and replies. Every time someone comments on your post, respond and comment back. Respond meaning react with, like, love, care, sad, whatever. And then comment back. This tells the social networks that your post is gaining traction. Algorithms love it, and it will start to get to be seen by more people. So if I hear a lot of people say to me, Renee, I'm out there on the Sage social networks, but I'm really not growing. Why? And I would say several reasons. Number one, you've got to make sure that you're engaging with the audience you have. And number two, you've got to grow your audience. So you've got to connect with more people that you don't know and engage with them. Pro tip is to remember social networks are social. Keyword is social. There's a person behind every profile. And I've said this several times, we would do much better on social media if we remember to treat social media more like a telephone than a television. Treat each post and comment as a social interaction. Not commenting on a post is the same as walking into a room and not talking to someone, right? You wouldn't walk up to a person and have them speak to you and then just walk away. Um, that's not the way to go. So again, if you really want to build your business on social media, it's about being purposeful and intentional. Now, all of us aren't always purposeful and intentional on social media. And that's why I say it's important to time block for that. Time block for 30 minutes, perhaps an hour if you feel you can go an extra 30 minutes, uh, and be intentional and purposeful then. It's fine to have fun on social media, and I think that's all important. It's what makes social media fun instead of a job. But I do think that there are times when you do have to time block and definitely be purposeful. Scheduling tools that you can check out. If you are someone who is challenged with taking the time um, to automate your post, you feel like, geez, I mean, by the time I get home and wrap up my day, it's 10 o'clock at night. I don't want to, I just don't want to do it. I understand. Here are some sites that you can check out to help you schedule your content. I will say Canva is on here, but in order to do that, you need the upgrade. We use Sendable at Layer. I like it. It's not cheap, but it definitely is user friendly once it's all set up. It looks like a calendar, and that's, like I said, it makes it easy. You can do it right through Meta Business Suite. So if that's your challenge, certainly look at getting a scheduling tool. But here's what I would say about that. You 100% cannot overlook engaging and interacting with your audience. So this is the danger of these tools. They do make it easy and convenient to get your stuff out there. And if that's all you want to do, then that's what these sites will solve that problem for you. But what it will not do is help you grow your business, because you won't be engaging and interacting with your audience. And you do have to put out video content. You just, that's something you got to do. So again, use these for what they are, and they will be a problem solver for you to some degree, but they will not help you grow your business no matter what any of these sites claim. I will 100% tell you that. And then posting times, understanding posting times. Through your professional page, you can view your analytics and insights. And what's the big deal with this stuff? I would say, because knowing when you get the most amount of interaction and views will help you decide, when is the best time to post. Um, you know, there's people believe in that, and some people are whatever about it. I will say this, by interacting and engaging with your audience, if you're posting in normal, whatever times, you're not posting at 2 a.m., I guess I should say, people are going to see your stuff. Even if you post it at a time when isn't ideal for your business, the people that you normally engage with, if you do that, the algorithm will take care of it. So that's why I say it's super important to engage with your audience. And then let's talk about leveraging user-generated content. What is UGC? Basically, it's content other people are creating. So share content from other businesses, organizations, and people. If you had a great meal at your favorite restaurant, share it. Have your clients recently bragged about you on social media and maybe shared some photos of their closing, or share it? Is your local fire chief giving safety tips? Share it. This is all stuff that somebody else created. So share it. And that it makes it easy. So you're sharing content without recreating the wheel, and also providing value. Another thing here is Instagram highlights. Everything of importance that you would want new visitors or frequent visitors to your page should be saved to highlights. So this is one thing that I will say that I want I would love Facebook to come out with, because so many people are saving stuff to, or excuse me, sharing content to the stories feed. What I love about Instagram is that when you do share something to the stories feed, you do have the option to save it to a highlight. So, and then the highlights are there, and it makes it easy for new viewers or favorite viewers to come and view your stories without them expiring. So create new categories for highlights. Some of them can be listings, solds, happy clients, buyer tips, seller tips, events, family, passion, holidays, all of it. Check to see what other agents are sharing on their highlights. I have a Instagram and share highlights as well. You can check mine out for some ideas. Also, pay to play. So if you want your content seen by more people, you should consider boosting posts and creating ads. Doing this really does put your brand out there. You do have to watch though, because as a real estate, first of all, you cannot do it from your personal page. You have to do it from a professional page. And when you categorize your professional page as a real estate, uh, they will make sure that you are adhering to fair housing. So anything, they will sort of do a quality check before the post or the ad goes live, I should say. So make sure that you understand any restrictions, or any rules regarding that. Um, but checking, also paying to play or advertising, you can see how it's performing and see how many views and hits or engagements that it's getting. And you can also pause the piece if you need to. And it's considered marketing, so it's a tax write-off. So just something to keep in mind. Let's talk about best practices on social media. One is, I would say, do not put anything on social media you wouldn't want a client to know about you. Avoid commenting and posting about politics, sarcastic memes about the business, excessive alcohol, any derogatory comments about other agents and brokerages, and anything that might offend someone. So I know that list can be long. Uh, here's how I would bottom line it. If you would not show it at a listing appointment, don't post it on social media. That's how I would always bottom line that. And understand, you can have the best of security, privacy settings on your social media, but all someone has to do is take a screenshot of it, and then that privacy setting is no good. So watch what you put on social media. Do's are respond by commenting to those who take the time to comment on your post. So again, it's all about engagement, and make it easy for people to connect with you. Go through your old photos, change the privacy settings, and delete any photos you wouldn't want prospective clients to see. Update your contact info on all your sites to include your current phone number, email, website, and get a link tree. I've said this over and over, get a link tree. It's free, and it makes it super easy for people to learn more about you before reaching out to you. I have a link tree. You can go to my social networks and see it there, but it's completely free. And my version, the one I've set up, is free also. So consider that. Wrapping up today's class, let's talk about some of the mindsets for social media success. First off, it's not about having time, it's about making time. I would say a lot of us don't think we have enough time. A lot of one limiting belief that's out there is there's never enough time in the day. And to me, I would say it's about time management and maybe getting up earlier. And it may be about delegating too, about finding systems that help us delegate some of our tasks. But the second mindset is I embrace the fact that I am growing and know I may feel uncomfortable at first. Yes, every new journey begins with a first step, and sometimes that first step can be a little terrifying. But there's power in taking it. Trust me. People deserve the strong guidance I provide. Who can I be of value today? How can I be of value today, I should say. So always be thinking that. Huge one here is done is better than perfect, progress over perfection. I always say that. Get it done. Don't seek perfection. Perfection will derail you. So don't go there. I don't have to be amazing at the beginning, but I have to begin to be amazing. That's a cool one. Recommended reading. Most of you are reading this already. I have both my book and my action guide, and I'm working through that. So if you aren't doing the Finish Strong series, if you haven't begun it yet, check it out. It's on lairrealty.com/finish strong. The whole class is pretty much outlined for you there with links on how to watch each class, as well as a recommended homework for each section, links to follow, all kinds of support from marketing as well. So definitely check that out. A quote from the book is, "We can spend our time, energy, effort, and money on people we actually like and trust. In the end, those are the ones who are most valuable to our business." That is 100% true. I mean, we can buy leads, we can get on the hamster wheel and spin our wheels, and uh really what we need to do is cultivate the relationships that we already have, and then yes, ask for referrals. But I think there's a quote, it says something like, "Success is not easy." I forget. I'll put it in the comments after. I don't want to keep spinning. I don't know. I don't even remember it. Anyway. All right. And if you're looking for social media inspiration, I'd love to connect with you. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, and Pinterest at The Real Renee Tompkins. Uh, Connect with me on social and I will follow you back. And then lastly, thanks for watching today's masterclass. Never miss an opportunity to learn and grow. If you go to lairrealty.com/training, you can sync your calendar. And like I said earlier, lairrealty.com/finish strong to get all the information and up-to-date information on the Finish Strong series with Michael Mayer. Thank you again for watching. I look forward to next month's social media masterclass. Have a great day.